I'm John from JD Woodworking. We got Wood the Mills here today. We're going to be doing some milling, making some planters, doing some resin pours. Let's get to it. Yeah, I'll take you on into the shop and take a look in there. Beauty. When I first got the mill, I had it on some 6x6s right here. This driveway only went to about that tree, and then quickly realized that I needed a bit longer of a driveway to store some wood, store some logs, that sort of thing. And eventually got the trailer. So I've done quite a few mill jobs with that. My biggest one, I did like 70 logs for a local contractor that builds like luxury houses around here. So that took probably 2 weeks to do, but it was a lot of fun. And yeah, no, it's been awesome to have. I absolutely love the thing, and it cuts down on my own lumber costs, right? So that's the nice thing about it. But so this is the shop. Got lots going on in here, but I got this in, I want to say it was September of 2022. It's not big enough anymore. I wish it was bigger. Eventually later down the line, I want to get some property, build a shop on it, and
double, triple it.
Oh, at least. I mean, you get a space and you fill it up, right? Like, that's what happens. I've got a few different projects on the go. These are some cornhole boards that I'm working on. Discovered those were popular last year. And then I've also got the bird houses. The bird houses and bird feeders. Those I've sold like probably close to 70 of them this spring, and they've been really popular. So I don't have enough time to make them half the time. So that's a problem. But, and then over here, I was thinking I could assemble a planter for you guys if you'd like.
That'd be awesome,
Yeah? But yeah, this is all, same with the bird feeders and the planters. That's all wood that I've cut on the mill. So yeah, no, I just cut all this stuff up this morning. And it's some nice stuff. This is from all those cedar logs that are out there. And I got them all for free. So pretty good return on investment for me. You know, last year when I started doing the planters, I just started posting them on Marketplace and realized that they were really popular. And there's definitely a market for them. I think I made one for my mom, and she brought up the idea to start selling them. And I just made a couple of them, posted them on Marketplace, sold them within like the hour probably. So I probably had like maybe close to 30 or 40 messages from other people looking for them. And that's kind of just what started it. But I've had a few different variations, but these ones are the most popular here. While I'm doing this, I'll give you a little like rundown of how I kind of started my business. So I started when I was 14, actually 13, in public school. With that, actually, that lathe right back there. My parents got me that for my 14th birthday, I believe. And I started making pens. Started turning pens, and I think that Christmas I made 6 or 7 of them for my family. And then I saw somewhere on the NAPNI website that there was an upcoming market, but it was already full. So I went on the waiting list for it. And I was actually in Florida at the time, and I found out that I got accepted into it. And at 14 years old, I did that market. I think I made like 370 bucks, which, as you can imagine, is quite a bit at 14 years old. So it kind of just all stemmed from that. Started making more cutting boards, larger charcuterie boards, some side tables, that sort of thing. And that's when the custom orders started coming in. Just meeting so many people, right? And I think when I was 15, I got my first dining table order, which, funny enough, my mom actually saw the lady last week, and she still got it. So that's been going strong for almost 5 years, which is awesome to hear. But I don't do nearly as many markets anymore just because they're almost self-sustaining, where I've met so many people over the years that there's just orders constantly coming in.
Your most sold product?
Depends on the time of the year, but probably right now would be the birdhouses and the planters. I mean, closer to Christmas, that's when you get into like the charcuterie boards and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, it doesn't take me long to make these, so I can just whip them up and get them done real quick, right? Here, I've got the charcuterie board that I'm working on. This is a custom one, and I would gladly do a pour for you guys here. Yeah, I think it's for someone's wedding coming up, if I'm not mistaken. But it's getting some pink and gold in there. These get to more popular around this time of year, weddings all happening, right? Because I'm one, I like teaching myself how to do things. Like, I'm almost completely self-taught. Like, I watch YouTube videos, and my dad, he's a pretty handy guy. Like, when I was younger and we built our deck together, taught me how to use a drill. And I think in grade 6, we had like a passion project, and I made an Adirondack chair out of pallets. So I've just always had an interest in woodworking. And I never expected it to go this far, but I'm glad it did. Now, a lot of people, they mix the resin for a really long time, but over the years I've learned you can actually see the two parts quite clearly in the container. And you just go until you don't see any lines in it. There's some streaks of the separation there, so. Yeah, so this is a custom piece. The client requested a like baby pink with some gold in it. So I'm gonna do a solid base of pink, and then I'm gonna use some other epoxy here and do like a really rich gold and kind of like make it look like a marble effect sort of thing. Now I'll be able to show you this time where you can see the streaking here. You can see the separate parts of the epoxy. And I basically just go until I don't see any of those kind of like lines of like what I said looks like hair almost. And then it's just a waiting game. See how it turns out tomorrow. And then we use the torch. Just get all those surface bubbles out of there. And I'll usually do that again, probably in a few hours as the epoxy starts to set a little bit. And then once this is cured, these are some no-seal forms, and just hit it with a mallet on all 4 sides, flip it over, hit it a couple times, and it just pops right out. Put it through the planer, and then lots of sanding. That's probably one of my favorite parts.
Really?
Seeing the piece come to life, and especially getting finish on it, and kind of seeing the colors of it, I love a lot.
Do you have any finished pieces in the shop right now?
I don't, unfortunately, but I got a couple pieces that I'm currently working on here. That one's kind of with the color on the bottom, and then the clear on top. But these are just some cutting boards. So these ones, they're not done being sanded. I still got to do a couple more grits on them, and then I use pure mineral oil on all my cutting boards. And then with the charcuterie boards, I'll use like something like Osmo, where it's a wax-based finish. So it provides more of a actual protective layer over top of the epoxy itself, where the oil just completely saturates the wood so that no water ever absorbs into it, right?
What is one of the your favorite projects that you've ever done?
So I actually recently did this one. I'll have to get some photos of it. I did it just before Christmas, and it was actually a converting table. It was a dining table that folded into a coffee table. So it had kind of some angled legs. It basically was 3 pieces. You had the center, which was about 39 inches square, and I had 20-inch leaves on either side, and those were hinged. So it essentially went from a 28-inch tall table, you fold the wings down, and it goes into a 20-inch tall table. So yeah, it was really challenging to do, but it just turned out incredible. Yeah, I usually mill with the intent of, in a couple of years, once it's dry, I can show my clients some possible options for different pieces. I just did a rivered coffee table. It was actually really similar to this piece. It was black walnut though, and they gave me creative freedom. It had the purple, blue, and pink in it, and it was some lumber I milled probably a year and 8 months ago, and just had air drying out back, and it worked perfectly and turned out beautiful. So yeah. Yeah, so as I was saying earlier, this driveway used to only go out to that tree. So as I got more logs, bigger logs, I needed to get it a little bit longer here and make it so I can move some logs. One of my bigger challenges is moving logs around here, because like most people have like tractors and heavy equipment to move them around, but all I've got is my ATV and my log hauler there. And that's what I use to move everything around and not break my back while doing it. So yeah, I have a cedar log there ready to go on the mill, and I can throw that on here for you guys. Yeah, this was a lot of very useful when I got it, because before I was just solely lifting logs, rolling them around, and it was not easy.
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, now I'll leave that stuff to dry probably for only like a couple weeks before I get it cut up into some lumber for planters. I'll show you around back here. Yeah, this roof I think I built a year and a half ago because I didn't have anywhere to store all the lumber, and getting rained on all the time does not help keep it dry whatsoever. So, I mean, it's hard to say how long some of this has been drying, but this stuff's probably all dead dry. This is all poplar. There's a couple stacks of walnut there. That's the stuff that I used for that coffee table I mentioned earlier. So that stuff's all dry, and having the roof definitely has cut down on dry time quite a bit. I mean, I think we built this whole thing for like under 800 bucks with the steel roofing and the rafters. And I cut a couple of these beams here. So, but it does the trick, keeps the wood dry. Yeah. I started with TikTok. That's where I was posting a lot of debarking videos, and I think it probably took me 6 months before I got a viral one. I had like a couple million views, which was mind-boggling at the time, and I couldn't believe it. And I think I gained like a few thousand followers from that, which was pretty neat. And I started doing some live streams as well. I got a few orders off of those, and that's when I realized, wow, I can do something with the social media here. So I started an Instagram page. For the most part, I was posting photos on that, and especially at like markets and stuff, and like kind of like a catalog almost for people to look at what I make, and if they have a custom order that they want to do, kind of give them an idea of what I can do, right? And with Instagram, it was slow at first, but I had quite a few like resin pour videos go viral on Instagram. I mean, it was pretty exponential, my growth in the last couple of years. The first 2 or 3 years, I probably was around 20,000 followers from all that. And then I think even when I got this mill, I was quite a bit smaller. I think I only had like around 40,000 followers on Instagram when I got the sawmill. And the sawmill videos, those are what really started blowing up my page on Instagram. And once I think I hit 100,000 followers on Instagram in, I want to say September 2023. And that was just like, I didn't even know what to say, right? Not long after that, that's when I was like, I should try YouTube. I should give it a shot, because in Canada, TikTok doesn't pay you, Instagram doesn't pay you. The only thing you really get is like brand deals, which can be challenging. And I think it probably took about 6 months to get monetized on YouTube. I think I had like almost 10,000 subscribers before I got monetized, but it was a Wood the Mills video that made me blow up. I think you had to get 10 million shorts views to get monetized and 1,000 subscribers. So that was definitely a challenge, but I think now my one Wood the Mills video has like 109 million views or something like that, which is just, you can't comprehend it. It's absolutely crazy. And I think now I've got like 340 million views or something like that on my entire YouTube channel, like 750,000 people. I mean, it's definitely been a journey, and I never ever expected to even have any social media presence whatsoever. But now that I'm doing it, I can't stop, right? So yeah. Like I said, August or September of 2023 that I hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I mean, this is a pretty cool plaque to get for 100,000 subscribers. I'm excited for the gold one when that comes around, right? I think I started following you guys when I was 16. I was watching a lot of Dusty Lumber Co. Again, it was around COVID. Lumber prices were up. And it was honestly kind of like an impulse decision. I love trying new things and challenging my mind. And I wanted just another way to kind of have a source of income, but have fun at the same time. And I think a sawmill would be the perfect thing to do that with. And I mean, I remember when I first had the sawmill and barely knew how to use it. I've learned so much over the last couple of years on even grading of lumber and all of that. But yeah, no, it's definitely been a game changer for me, being able to produce my own lumber and being able to sell lumber. And it's a lot of fun. It's some satisfying stuff.